Greetings, humanity. I'm Jim, and I am taking another stab at the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. I have had a lot going on in the real life area, and I thought I would try to escape for a little bit. Play a game about a series of grisly murders. I'm sure that'll calm everything down. At least that's the theory. That's the theory. Just figured I'd give that a shot and kind of see if that is doable. I don't actually have a huge amount of time tonight because I'm expecting a phone call sometime within the next couple of hours, probably. So when that happens, I will need to stop, and we'll sort of see what happens. But thank you very much for coming. Hi, Alyssa. Hi. I'm just we're gonna hang out here and try to have a delightful time with terrifying things that we do not have to worry about in real life. At least, well, okay, every game has statements to make, so I mean, there's that. But we'll sort of jump back in here. We're getting close to the end. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the end, but we'll see. Once again, quick recap. This is Sherlock Holmes. Hi. He and Dr. Watson have figured out that Professor Moriarty is behind a plot to try to basically do terrible things to the people of London, involving giving them a poison that makes them cannibals, basically. And is in the ensuing chaos, I think his plan is to put a puppet on the throne and control England and stuff. And that's basically where we are. I know, it's a very, very detailed description. And so we've tracked him down to this abandoned carnival because apparently in this game Moriarty has become a DC villain. I'm not entirely sure. But we've been going around and kind of trapping the minions that Moriarty has hanging around here. And so we've been doing that. And there's something about moving the camera. I'm not entirely sure. I think I've forgotten how to move the camera. Or at least the way that... I mean, I know how to do it like this, but there's... Or maybe we never could. Maybe we never could move the camera beyond this view. I'm not certain. I've just completely forgotten how this works. Anyway, we trapped someone else in there with someone who is probably busily murdering him. It's someone who had been infected with the poisons in there, and we trapped one of the minions in there, and I feel as though the minion is not doing well at this point. But, you know, video game morality, who knows?
But what have we got here?
Ah, there you are.
Yeah!
Did you have any problems?
None, apart from a few small things.
Watson.
What have you found out about this warehouse?
Prince Woodville's soup is loaded and contaminated by hand.
That is not a
In
metaphor.
the direction of Whitechapel. Watson, in a few hours, Moriarty will have at his disposal a formidable army, more powerful and more terrible than anything that has ever existed.
But what?
The soup is destined for a poverty-stricken, starving population who have been conditioned for months against the ruling
I didn't
powers.
realize they were going to do the recap for me.
Moriarty won't have any trouble in sending thousands of raving mad people to ravage the city, sowing death and destruction. No force would be able to resist them, not the police, not even the army. A perfect army, knowing neither fear nor pity. A tidal wave of humanity which will cover London and will fall away again, leaving a city of desolation behind it.
What horror! And the chaos will only make Moriarty's coup d'etat even easier. But how will he guard himself against this bloodthirsty crowd?
The chaos will only last for the time he needs.
You mean to say...
That these poor wretches will all die.
Ah.
48 hours after ingesting the soup, according to our good Dr. Shielman. So the victims will be joined by their executioners. An immense mass murder. What Moriarty would call clearing up after work, no doubt. Good. Have you found a way of stopping Hans's process?
Yes, I think so. If we can weaken the reservoir's feet with the explosives, for example, it'll collapse and take the building down with it.
Good work.
What are you looking at?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
The stuff got out with it,
Never.
though. Is that a satellite dish? That looks like a satellite dish. I also need to explain for anyone who's not familiar with this series, which I was not before I started this game. That looks like a satellite dish. This series apparently has a lot of crossovers with like sci-fi, fantasy, horror, other adventure fiction properties and stuff to an extent. And so there's that also, and pieces of history. And,
Holmes, our priority now is to blow up the tank in the factory to stop the distribution of the soup.
Effectively?
yes, that was totally what I was going to say. I was not going to be drawn in by the satellite dish. That I totally don't know what it is. Because we are Victorian and we do not know these things. Okay. I feel as though we have to look at the satellite dish. I am, of course, looking at other things because that is my nature. I mean,
These caravans must be inhabited. Look, there is smoke coming out of one of them.
Okay, we might go there. Let's check out the satellite dish just real quick, because I feel that we're gonna get moved in a particular direction, and we'll kind of see what happens. Stand by. Message incoming. Possibly this has to do with the phone call I'm going to be getting. Okay. So apparently it's going to happen sometime between 8 and 8:30. That's how long we have. So that's letting them know that that's going to happen. Okay. All right. Good. That's sorted. I still unfortunately have to leave the my phone on in case something else happens, because there's currently stuff that I kind of have to deal with.
Look, Holmes, there appears to be some sort of control panel.
No kidding.
An antenna, whatever its purpose might
Okay.
be.
There is other stuff that is going on that there is a chance might interrupt me, but because it has no set time frame, so we'll see kind of what happens. But it's if that happens, then I shall have to dive off pretty quickly. But you know, we'll see. One cannot suspend one's life while one is waiting for a phone call. At least that's what I keep telling myself. That said, there's a control panel, and the thing is on top of the control panel. Okay. Those are on top of the carousel. That's what that thing's called.
I can hear noises. We aren't alone. We had best be careful.
Holmes, our priority now is to blow up the tank in the factory to stop the distribution of the soup.
Of course, Watson.
Yes. Right. Yes, even Watson can tell that I keep trying to look at all the things, because I cannot stop myself from looking at all the things. We'll be coming back here. Let me go back over to the inhabited places. Maybe we're supposed to look at that next. I don't know. I don't know how any of these things work. We're cordoned off here by that, off here by that. Good to know. Just kind of want to see what's here. before I go back and see where we know there are NPCs.
A telephone line. It goes to the haunted house.
Oh, that's the haunted house. Okay, great. That's awesome. That's just what I needed to know. Okay, there we go. Yes, that's all we needed to look at around here, apparently, at least according to the little magnifying glasses I've been getting. Okay. Alright, back up here so we can investigate the things that were kind of trying to point us at earlier. Before I go through any open doors, I'm gonna have a little look-see. Okay. Okay, could go in there. Let's not go in there yet. I like to look at things before I go poking them. I realize it must be annoying as hell for Watson, but that's okay.
I pity the people who must have risked their lives in this attraction.
This is the Supergiant. Supergiant what? Not gonna go looking in every barrel. Wanted to see what was there. Okay.
This stall is a washroom. I can see water basins inside. The door can be blocked from the outside. Interesting.
Ah.
Apparently, they are more interested in games than in cleanliness.
Dominoes and cards.
Gallons of vodka.
Oh. Could be some of those same. Could be getting folks from some of the same places that they got them from before. They too, I think had vodka, or were interested in vodka. I don't know. I can't remember. There's the door. Let's not. Don't touch! I want to see what there's to look at first. Go in there in a moment. Yes. Okay. This was the place that the narrative directed
This
me
ladder
toward.
is only held back by a bolt.
Okay.
There is no one here, and nothing very interesting. This ladder is only held back by a bolt.
All right. So we slowly try to piece together what. Okay, could go in there. All right, good to know. Could possibly go in there. All right. Yes. Okay. So probably I would think the ones that are not occupied might be better. That one's locked. That one's padlocked. Okay. Now that we got a lay of the land. You can kind of start looking around. See what we have access to here. Okay. We could start with that one, or we could, we've got these two wagons. That one's probably occupied, so there may be people inside. I think we'll start over here. theater. Must get past Gordon. Can't get past Gordon. If only I had hands. Well. Oh, there are people in there. That is Lord What's-Name. Evidently practicing his inaugural speech. Don't want to go in there.
What should we do next, Holmes?
That guy. Prince Woodville. Prince Woodville's in there, man. He would have seen it. He would have seen us were he not so distracted by giving his speech and/or being computer generated. Let's start on the left here. What do we have? What do I have?
A metal plate, very solid.
Propaganda tract. Comrades! The exploiters are thirsty. They want blood. Have no doubt about it. They never waste an opportunity to place their yokes upon the necks of the working classes. Against us are the revolutionaries' social laws. All the middle-class forces, police, army... Police? Police, army. Same thing. Nowadays. Police, army... So you have a magistrate. Magistracy, I guess, would be how one would use that in this form of that word? It sounds a little strange. But yeah, no, that's probably, I'm guessing how they would probably say it. But one never knows. Government. But with us, comrades, we have the invincible will of international revolutionaries. Wherever we might, let us strike the imperialist henchmen, let us return blow for blow. The revolution lives in terror, and by terror, let the people's justice be fulfilled. You know, if they're mostly recruiting, like, Marxists and what have you, is Marx around yet? It's 1898. Stand by. wait, hang on just a second. Just a second. Hang on. I feel like I gotta, yeah. One second. One second, I gotta just check a thing. I gotta just check a thing real quick. Cause that's, something's, hang on. Karl Marx. Okay, yes, we're good. Okay, good. I was concerned for a moment. 1818 to 1883. We're fine. Okay, good. I was a bit worried for a moment there about the timing of the entire universe. But everything's okay now because Karl Marx died in 88. Okay. The revolution lives in terror, and by terror let the people's justice be fulfilled. Here's the thing. If they're mostly hiring Marxists for this, then, or you know, those who are descended from the Marxists and are now on to the next thing. I've forgotten what the next thing was. But, because of, you know, the names that they teach us are, in high school are Marx, Lenin, and Trotsky, or that they taught me in high school when I was very young back in the early 14th century. But, you know, you kind of have to just double check on the time. 1870 to 1924. So we've got Lenin happening right now. Still, I think. Maybe? He exists, I should say. And this also is kind of an alternate reality, not only in that it has Sherlock Holmes in it, but it has a lot of other stuff mixed with the Sherlock Holmes-ness of it all. But he didn't come to power until 1917, apparently. And I think Trotsky wasn't until a little bit, a little bit later. Yeah. As far as things go, maybe alive at the same. They're all alive right now, but he's particularly young at the moment. So, okay, all right. We know that. So probably these might be maybe early Leninists. We're not sure, but it's still only 1898, I think. If I read that newspaper correctly, and if I'm remembering it all correctly. So, you know, that's possibly where we are. I think. And when was the Russian Revolution? Because I feel like that was during the First World War. Yeah, so that's years off. We still have the royal family in power right now, I believe. I think. So that's where we landed. Okay, good. I just wanted to know where we were on this whole thing, and where we are is possibly Rasputin. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far down the rabbit hole. Right. Still like a couple of decades from within a couple of decades of like the First World War, I think. Time. Anyway, so if they're hiring Marxists, possibly Leninists, two revolutions in Russia in 1917. Yeah, no, those we're way ahead of that. We're like almost 2 decades ahead of that right now. So it's just I was just trying to figure out what's going on here with this. And what I'm saying, the gist of what I'm saying here is that they're hiring people to put a monarch on the throne of England. And the people they're hiring are folks who are following like Marx and possibly Lenin. So this is what confuses me. Anyway, all I'm saying is that if this whole thing's going to crumble as soon as they find out that that's what's happening, assuming that any of them are still alive. Maybe they've all eaten the soup by now.
An international anarchists manifesto written in several languages.
Ah, okay. I could have just clicked off and had him say that, and then that would have made more sense. But, you know, actually not really.
A wanted poster in Russian with the portraits of the 3 brothers on it.
Yeah, so were the 3 brothers staying here before? I mean, I thought they were staying at the mill. There was clearly folks were moving back and forth between here and the mill, so it's probably there's some sort of interchange there. But anyway, also hi Unstable Dance. I'm just sort of playing this and letting my brain leak out right now because I kind of need to do something. It's closed. My God, there's no hope. Okay. And he said there's nothing interesting in here. After getting up on this little step. There are things about the ladders.
Look, Holmes, the 3 Russian brothers.
Ah, there they
A
are.
coal stove and dynamite.
What should we do next, Holmes?
And then the dynamite would be very useful for blowing up the tank.
Good idea. But in order that we can get it, we'll have to get them out of there without their knowing we are here.
Yes.
The best thing to do is to carry on exploring this place, Holmes.
Okay, if you say so. However,
It is the chimney pipe. It has been cut. Interesting. It is the chimney.
you're supposed to smoke them out? I've got a metal plate. Don't know if that'll do anything. So the only other thing I think to look at right now is what's going on in here, and we have seen that there are bad guys in there, and yet we can go in. So I feel as though there might be some kind of a confrontation in a moment. Hold on. Let Watson come to a stop. Okay. I'm going to try saving the game again. Heavens help us. And click. And yes. Yay! Okay. We kind of need to figure this out. I would think. Unless there's like something we gotta grab in here. Who knows? No, I think we're good. Okay. Alright. Go hang out with the aristocracy.
This place must have been magnificent.
Shh. Watson, look. On the stage. Prince Woodville.
I just didn't go far enough into the room to trigger the,
What do you think, Holmes?
Shh! I just said. Okay, never mind. I don't think there's any way we can get around him. Although, if the lights are on him, he, in theory, because of the way that stage lights work, he maybe won't be able to see who we are, but he might be able to hear us. Let's just walk around in here for a moment, see if we can... Standing on a trap door, it would be a shame if something were to happen.
And it is with an immense pride that I take possession of the attributes of the crown, and swear in front of you to serve my people with... Gentlemen, who are you? I don't believe I know you.
Not as yet, Your Royal Highness, but I am overjoyed that you are familiar with the crowning ceremony.
Of course. A good king should know it.
That makes my duty so very much easier. Let me introduce myself. My name is Howard Sawbury, and I am in charge of the aforementioned protocol and the master of ceremonial events at Buckingham Palace.
Yes, and I'm Sir John Cannard, in charge of the peacocks in the royal gardens.
Really?
Congratulations, Sir John. Excellent imagination.
I'm pleased to meet you, gentlemen, but what brings you here?
Do you mean to say that no one has informed you? Have you not been in the city? It is Queen Victoria, of course. She has been dethroned.
Really? So soon? Well, according to my special advisor, Professor Moriarty, that should not take place until a few days from now.
The people have decided otherwise, sir, and now they're calling for their new sovereign, the benevolent, most understanding Prince Woodville.
Ah, gentlemen, you bring me great news. My good people have carried out their duty. I can finally take my rightful place, and happily before the bombs detonated.
Yes. Well... oh, we're going to tell him about the anarchists. Okay.
Actually, sir, we're here to warn you that you are in grave danger.
What do you mean?
Among your close advisors, I regret there are traitors who are already plotting against you. We have reliable information that these terrorists are part of an international anarchist network, and...
Ah, gentlemen, I know who you are talking about. I'm sure you mean the strange gentleman employed by Professor Moriarty. Asians or,
Russians, sir.
What?
Oh my God.
These men must be stopped before their bombs explode.
They're bombs?
Yes, Sir John. Bombs placed all over London. I was not at all fond of the idea, but Professor Moriarty was quite adamant.
Do you know where these bombs are precisely?
Of course not. But I do know that those anarchists created their exploding devices here.
You must tell us everything that you know about the bombs, sir.
Why should I? You're not a pyrotechnist, are you? I must speak urgently with Professor Moriarty.
The only thing that really troubles me is that they're assuming these folks are anarchists, and I mean it's totally within the I mean, it's certainly within the realm of possibility that that, you know, as Victorian era British people would assume that that's anarchy when they read that manifesto. But it's hard to. Anyway, okay. Anyway, I don't know. I'm speaking actually from a position of not having done any research at all prior to playing this. So, but it just sort of occurs to me. I just keep thinking, is that right? I don't know if that's right. Anyway. So, bomb in the theater. Moriarty betrayed you. Let's warn Moriarty. These are all great options. So I don't think he's gonna believe that. We're just two yahoos that just sort of wandered in here. So I don't think he's gonna believe Moriarty betrayed him. Let's warn Moriarty would be a decent way to get him to leave with us. Bomb in the theater is also not as believable. But my hope is, you know, we can just say let's warn Moriarty and we can then overpower him. We'll see how that goes.
Sir, we're afraid that the beginning of your reign will be scarred by tragedy.
Whatever do you mean?
I think, however, that it is vital we arrest these terrorists. Tell me where their workshop is, I beg of you, in the name of the British Empire.
In a wooden stall between two tents, next to the Russian caravans.
Very well, we're going to search.
Wait, I demand an explanation. If everyone is plotting against me, how do I know that you are not also party to the plot?
But we...
Bring me Professor Moriarty, Mr. Sawbury, without delay. Sir John will remain here with me.
I should be able to remove the prince without endangering Watson's life.
There you are, Sir John. To be a king means also to be prudent. And that is why I
Right.
prefer to have you here as reserve. You are my guarantee.
I understand, sir.
I should be able to remove the prince without endangering Watson's life.
In a somewhat disagreeable situation.
I should be able to...
Yes, that's why I'm...
But the reasons of the
Hey, Nebbit.
I should be...
I know. I came here to render you a service.
I should be able to remove the prince.
Let us be
I should be able...
one moment. What could a peacock trainer possibly do for
Okay, so apparently I can't go backstage.
I should be able...
My birds. I believe that a prominence of well-trained peacocks would be the ultimate in royal chic during...
Oh, now I can go backstage.
you really?
I truly do. Why, imagine rows of them displaying at the very same moment
Oh my god.
crown is placed upon your head.
Watson's just
A few carefully synchronized
fucking
crosses
peacock
to
ceremonies
the
with him.
left and to the right. Oh, what a spectacle.
I can imagine it. How wonderful that would be. And how perfect if they might also give their charming cry. Leon! Leon! It is the name of...
There is a label underneath this lever.
Do my utmost
Magician's Trap Door, middle of the
Continue
stage,
talking about the ceremony.
exactly where the
Makes me
prince
feel
is
so very
standing.
happy.
I can't do that.
Okay, we gotta set up the other thing first.
These tangled ropes are holding back the curtains.
King means also
Okay, oh boy. Okay. And now, a rope puzzle. So these ropes are in red. Just like in real life, they glow red when they're a problem. Oh dear. I kind of figure out how this goes. Well, like anytime you're undoing anything, you know, you just sort of need to figure out where the trouble is. I'm not making it any better. This is plain binary. Okay. You can see that it changes. Huh. Ah. Yes? No? Okay. We only have these two left that are still red. Okay. Okay. It's an issue with the one down here, is it? Ah! Here we go. Linearity is... Ah!
He's not moving. He appears to have passed out.
But he could come around at any moment and sound the alarm.
Yes, before leaving the theatre, we must make certain that that does not happen.
Not so long ago, those words coming from you would have frozen my blood.
Rest assured, my friend, that Sherlock Holmes no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of him now.
Linearity is a node-moving game where you have a planar graph in a non-planar form, and you need to put the graph in a planar form, no crossing lines. Ah, I got you. Okay. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. I see what you mean.
Hey, presto, it's magic. No more paranoid prince.
Well done, Holmes. Look, Holmes, Prince Woodville lost his ring during the fight.
You not get out from under there? Is that... It's only a freaking trap door. It's not like... The stage barred? From the... Is that... What? Why?
There is an enormous diamond in the middle of this ring. I will give it to the police later.
Alright.
What were these dummies at the front of the stage used for?
The prince put them there to represent his public.
Diamond ring. Something looks kind of peculiar about this ring. I don't know. Okay. I guess.
We must find the anarchists' bombs, Holmes.
Eh? Why are we looking at this? I don't know. But it's here.
This magician has a leather belt, very solid. There is a small bag attached to it.
Ah. Are we done? Grabbing stuff off of dummies? I guess we are. Magician's powder. Okay. We now have magician's powder, which I presume is for the smoke bomb type deal. Is that what it is? Maybe. Maybe. Apparently this stage does not allow escape. Alright. I assume that's everything. No, he told us where the where their work area is, so we should probably go there. Between two wagons, he said. Yes, yes. Once again, I shall try foolishly to save the game. Oh no! 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 Sadness, sadness, and despair. Okay. Am I gonna have to do that planar puzzle again? I might have to do the planar puzzle again. Why do I tempt fate in this way? Why? Oh, bloody hell. Okay. Hang on. Gotta do a thing.
This place.
Okay. Hey, how's it going?
Gentlemen,
We not that.
I'm pleased.
Yeah, right, you know, it's, yeah, problems. All manner of problems. They're anarchists, apparently.
Russia.
Whatever.
We're not entirely sure what they are, so we're just calling them anarchists. Alright, yes, let's go ahead and warn him.
Sir,
Whatever. You know,
very
But we
bring me Professor Moriarty.
Yes,
Mr.
okay.
Without
Right.
delay. Sir John will remain here with me.
I should be
Okay.
able to.
Right, yeah, okay.
Means also to be prudent. That is why I prefer
Grab the thing.
Sir, you are my guarantee.
I understand, sir, but in return you must understand.
Move around here.
This places me in a somewhat disagreeable
These
situation.
tangled.
Untangle the ropes. Again. Now that you have very kindly explained to me what I'm doing, it might make it slightly easier. Okay.
But he could
Right.
not so long.
Rest assured. Get rid.
Okay, have to get rid of him. Go
There
over
is a
there and
label.
pull that. Send him into the
Hey, presto! It's ma-
Well, look who.
impossible
Prince
stage.
Woodville.
Run around here. There was, what was the thing we just got? We got Lazarus, an isolated phenomenon, a brain without a heart. Trust you did not judge me so quickly. What? Oh yeah, that's the thing that happened when he came back from the dead. Law of nature. One's ideas must be as broad as nature if they interpret nature. Well, then I can't remember what that was from. Stage manager, a simple trick but exceedingly effective. That was the one. Watson alone, the one fixed point in a changing age. He went down to the sewers. Okay. All right. Here, grab the thing. Oh no! Oh god. Try it this way. Oh boy.
There is an enormous diamond in the middle.
Yes, diamond ring.
What were these dummies?
The prince.
Okay, good. All right, that bit's done. We will now not save, as it is no longer safe to do so. That's okay. I think by and large they make it so you don't really have to save the game here. But you don't have to. But I often feel compelled to. Jack? Jack, wait a minute, what did he say? Let me find out what he said. Bombs all over London. Created their devices here. Where their workshop is, the wooden stall between two tents next to the Russian caravans. Right. The wooden stall between two tents. Next to the Russian caravans. These are the Russian caravans. This is the stall.
The Russian's workshop is here. The padlock appears very solid.
No, I can't.
Wait a minute. Oh, we didn't grab the thing off the... Don't know how useful it's going to be. We forgot to grab the thing off of the magician's... The dummy of the magician. Belt with the magic powder.
This magician has a leather...
There we go. Okay. Is that everything? Can I find anything else in here? Okay. Alright. Now we've got all the stuff. Now we gotta figure out how to get these guys out of here. Put them somewhere else.
There is no one here.
There's something we needed in here. Trying to remember if there was something where it was like we figured out a place or something that looked like it would be a good place to trap them. And the answer is I don't know.
It is the chimney pipe. It has been cut. Interesting. I could smoke them out by blocking the pipe, but the air in the caravan would take several minutes before becoming unbreathable.
Mm-hmm.
The effect must be immediate and a total surprise.
Ah! Try this. No?
The illusionist's smoke powder. Abracadabra. Magic powder and a metal plate. The revolutionaries won't resist it. Hide, Watson.
Okay. You can get them out, now what?
Water! Water!
Ah, okay, we can
The way is clear.
try to shut them in there, I guess. There we go.
I can hear the chinking of a bottle and talk in Russian. The three brothers are quietly getting drunk. Perfect. We must hurry, Holmes. Each chime tells us that the preparation of the poisoned soup is advancing.
I'm coming, Watson. I just need to unblock the chimney.
Alright.
I can hear the chink.
Right, yes. Okie doke.
This caravan is as disgusting as the first one.
A Russian-English dictionary.
I mean, yeah.
This piece of art shows the hatred the anarchists feel towards Prince Woodville and everything he represents.
Okay. Guess they just felt they had no choice.
Wire.
Fire. And more things. Letter to the anarchists. Your peddlers of freedom must be placed as soon as possible on the following targets. I hope that's clear.
The names of the targets are written in Russian and are unreadable, in my case, that is, and apparently the brothers have made notes before every name. This list has something to do with the dictionary open on the table.
I've got like about, I think, half an hour before I have to dive off. So I'm gonna do my best here.
The dynamite shells are empty. A pity.
Okay.
A small saw. We might need this.
Just keep picking up random objects. Sure, why not? The tricky thing is I have to find a point where it'll autosave within the next half hour. That's the tricky part.
Let's see.
All right, Russian-English dictionary. Oh boy. Okay.
That's not right. That's not right.
What am I looking for?
That's not right. That's
Parcel?
not right.
Nah. House. House of Commons. Okay, House of Commons. Oh! Scotland Yard. Have to find the symbol. What I am looking for. Buckingham Palace. And well, it's probably the Bank of England. Yeah. List of sites where the bombs have been placed. Buckingham Palace, House of Commons, Scotland Yard, Bank of England. There we go.
If these bombs explode, then I believe that the realm will be plunged into one of the gravest crises in its history.
What are you going to do with this information, Holmes?
Hand it across to Inspector Lestrade.
How?
By telephoning him. The haunted house is connected to the telephone exchange. I'm going to try to slip in there discreetly.
Shall I accompany you?
You can help me to get in, but while I search for the telephone, you should collect as much information as you can about the bombs. The explosive experts at Scotland Yard will need it.
Understood.
Okay.
Let's go to the haunted house.
Right. And hope it creates a save point. Would be this, yes?
I can hear noises. I need to get into the room where the telephone is, but not from the outside. The window must be solidly locked.
Right. Okay, okay. Deal with freaking satellite dish. Being like a window here.
It seems that this window is more vulnerable than the main door.
I think it is too high. It's protected by bars with a closed window behind it.
You can see it.
I need something. 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 I need something.
What am I even pointing at?
I need.
Let's go to the haunted house.
Trying to. There's a point in midair we can interact with right here. And apparently we need something to access it. Try combining items. Okay. Maybe we need something else before we can do this. Now that we've done things that we've done, let me see if there's anything different up here.
Look, Holmes, there appears to be some sort of control panel.
With an antenna, whatever its purpose might be.
Okay, everything over here appears to be the same. This just brings us around to the other side. Okay. All right. We need. So, like heading around, let me see if there's something to do with the telephone line over here. Maybe? Maybe? Yes, no?
The main entrance is not locked, but it is guarded from outside.
But why should they want to get out after going to so much trouble to get in?
Good question. Looking to see if there's anything we might have missed from over here, or that's changed over here. Might need to look into, pick up, make use of, what have you. Some of the goons are hanging out in there. Oh, these balls look identical to each other. And then this just brings us back over here. Forget what's in. Yeah, this is the. Watson's hanging out there. I don't know if being over here is helpful at all. Guy's still hanging out in there. Unconscious. Okay. There's some rope up there. Apparently we don't need that. I'm going to try to visualize what it is we need, but give me a second. I'm gonna, I guess, the only other thing I can think to do has to do with where, where that phone line starts. Which I know was, I remember it being over here somewhere, I thought. I could be mistaken. Yeah, there it is.
A telephone line. Interesting.
Let me just break into this building and use the telephone here. Okay.
A tele.
Okay. Well, that's that area. I think we've looked back through everything that we can here. So, if we,
The stands.
we head back out. And around. We're outside the haunted house. Assuming that there's nothing else we need from sort of that theater area. I don't think we do. We walked in there, we looked all around in there. Best I recall, I don't think there was anything else in here that we needed. We have the theater there, which I don't want to go back in right now. So, there's apparently a thing where they want us to get into this window, and there's just a spot in midair to interact with right here. There is nothing else, as far as I'm aware, that we can interact with. And what we have, none of the items will interact with that one area, but let me see if we need to throw something at the window first, maybe. Like the wire. We have a hacksaw, we have a leather belt, we have the wire. We have a diamond ring.
It is too high. It seems that this window is more vulnerable.
I think it is too high.
It is too. It seems that this.
I think it.
It is too high.
Okay.
It seems that.
I think it is too high.
It is too.
So none of our items will interact with that.
I need.
And then he says we need something.
I need. I need. I need. I need. I need. I need.
And that's all of the items we have with us now. So, in theory, either there's a bug or there's something that we haven't done yet we need to do first. We have a pair of pliers, which we've used, which we still have, so that means it might still be useful for something. We have this wire. We have this leather belt. We can't combine any of these items. We have this saw. We might need to hack through something. What? I can't say. We have this diamond ring. We might need to cut glass at some point. I don't know. Okay. So I think there's something we just haven't picked up yet. Or something we haven't done yet in another location that'll make it... It'll make that more active, whatever that is we're heading for.
I can hear noises. I can hear noises. I can hear noises. I can hear noises. I can hear noise.
Trying each of the objects. The doors, nothing at the doors. We don't want to cut the telephone wire. That would be a terrible mistake.
A telephone. A te. A te. A te. A te. A te. A te. I need to get it. I need. I need. I need. I need. I need. I need. I need.
Maybe like a pixel hunt thing I need to do here. Need to move close enough to something that I have not yet seen. You know, we haven't actually been into the workshop yet. Maybe there's something we're missing there. And there's also this place that I haven't gone into, but it's a slide. It's a slide.
I pity the people who must.
Before we actually go in there, let me just see with this workshop between the tents, right?
closed.
Never got the key for it.
Closed.
One would hope that a hacksaw would have done it. Nope. Mm-hmm. Much I think to be said for getting into the next, getting in from the other side. I don't know. This is the other side, I think. Or is this the other side? Might be this. Okay, well. Kind of stumped at this point, aside from... we can go back through the theater one more time. Is there something in there we might have missed? Wait a minute. Okay, no, I thought I was seeing something that I was not in fact seeing. I was seeing an open door when in fact I was looking at it from just the wrong perspective. Something we need in the theater. We've interacted with everything over there. There's something on one of these other dummies we need to pick up. Not that I'm seeing. Okay, we're done interacting with that one, I guess.
What were these?
The prince put them there.
What were these?
The prince.
Oh.
What were the?
The prince.
What were
The prince.
what were
The prince.
what were the?
The prince.
Well, that is everything I can think of right now, unfortunately. Yeah, that's everything I can think of, I think, at the moment. There might be something else, but as luck would have it, the timing of this, though, is that within the next few minutes, I shall need to dive off. So I could just try to save it here and stop, and then if it doesn't let me save, I can always just replay up to this point before we start again, before I go live starting again. Yeah. There's probably something very simple that I'm missing. Or there's just one thing that I haven't looked at or picked up yet. Okay, nothing there. I am not sure. There's like something in the barrel or something that I haven't seen. Or... I feel as though we've searched this place pretty thoroughly at this point. Of course, there's always the possibility that something we have missed.
Closed.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so at this point... I guess the question is, shall I look at the hints, or shall I just... Or shall I just go ahead and head out? Because I'm not sure if... It would be neat if we could end this with him just sort of getting into the house and then hopefully they do an autosave. But I don't know if they will. I mean, we've interacted with that mysterious hovering spot in midair as much as we can, I think. That is an area that we cannot get to, this area past here. So...
It seems that this window is more vulnerable than the main door.
I think it is too high. It's protected by bars with a closed window behind it.
So, like, I think once we get up there, we could probably use the ring to cut the glass. It's just really a question of getting up there. Could this be one of those weird things where it's like I'm standing in the wrong spot?
I need some. I need some. I need something.
Because I would think it would just sort of be like throwing the wire up there.
I need.
Have I tried every combination of thing with other thing? I thought I had, but maybe I didn't. And I'm not seeing any gears show up. Any of these items. Okay. Alright. It actually will probably take a few minutes even if, you know, looking at the hints. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to save it here. Evans, help us. And if it doesn't, then it'll be fine. I can still I'll bring us back to this point before I go live next time. But yeah, I'm not sure where we go from here. And I need to get going, so I'm gonna go ahead and we will attempt to save. Ah! Might not be doable. Ah, excellent, it did it. Okay, good. Good. Standing in that spot, it was possible. All right. Well, that being the case then, thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. It is it's one of those things where it is kind of frustrating. It's sort of when we wander around, and sometimes in an adventure game, you wander around, and you can't find the thing. Whatever the thing is, and you're not sure why you can't find the thing, there's an error with the way things are set up, or if it's just something you haven't thought of yet. And it's probably something we haven't thought of yet. But the next time I do this, I'm going to try to see if I can tackle it. I may look at the hints between now and then, just enough to try to point me in some direction. We'll see what happens. But I think we've scoured that whole place. I can't think of a single freaking thing otherwise that we could do around here. So we'll see what we can do. But I am glad I managed to do this. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm glad we managed to tackle this at least a little bit tonight. This was good. I shall try to do this again soon. In the meantime, there is nothing happening scheduled on the channel right now until Wednesday. I believe on Wednesday, Dune comes back. Barring me having a personal emergency of some kind, which we'll see, we'll see over the next week or two if that happens. There's a chance it might. But provided things hold together, then we'll be back with Dune on Wednesday. We are in the process of sorting things out for the second arc, both the Monday and Friday games of Don't Rest Your Head, and so we will. There will be more on that soon. Just need to kind of do the logistical end of it. So that's going on right now, and that currently is everything. In fact, there is, however, just so folks will be aware, there is a sign up going on right now that's going to run through Wednesday for Electric Bastion Land. We're going to have a short campaign of that run by Sarah, starting at some point in February. We're hoping. That's kind of an OSR Descended. It's not OSR directly, but it's OSR Descended in that it's sort of stuff from the original D&D, but that is been sort of pared down, in this case kind of minimized, bare bones. And it is it's about treasure hunting in this weird city populated by people and aliens and other beings, and that city has just discovered electricity. It's at that point in its development, and so there are a lot of sort of places, old ancient places to explore underneath the city, because the city is pretty old, and then in the lands around it, and so it sounds pretty cool. We're going to be doing a short campaign of that soon, so if anyone would be interested in that, I have put the link in chat to sign up for that. You can also go down below and click on RPG sign up, or go to GymYesThatGym.com and click on Game Sign Up. Like I said, signups end Wednesday, so that's Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. So, you want to get in on that? That's where that is. But I thank you all very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. And we may go say hi to somebody if we have time after we get to the end card. But in the meantime, folks, I thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you all of a sudden.